Hey Guru Nation, welcome back to theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Again, it's theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to the blog. You don't want to miss out. I send out emails, try to do it once a month. And then on YouTube is when I release my content immediately, as soon as I publish. This one's going up immediately, within minutes. And then on my blog, they're sort of curated, right? So sometimes I'll post something immediately, sometimes I'll schedule something for when I think it would make better sense for my audience. So thank you very much. If you're new, welcome. I really appreciate it. The way it works, you send me your questions, Dan at theclinicaltrialsguru.com. You can also call or text me, 949-415-6256, or follow me on any social network you'll see at the bottom of this video, or on the About Me page if you're on the blog. So today's video is going to be about phase 4 studies. That's phase 4 studies. I know I've done a few of these videos in the past, but it's been a while. So, okay, for those of you who don't know, I do a lot of consulting with research sites. I'm also in the process of building a CRO, and one of the activities of a CRO is site selection, okay? And oftentimes, one of the things that I deal with through my consulting business with research sites, and also through all my research clinics that I've founded, and we've gone through the startup phase, and now they're beginning to mature. Many of them are already matured. I've been running research clinics since 2005, but I'm always constantly partnering or consulting or advising research sites simultaneously while this CRO thing is launching. And so I have a unique perspective now. I can see both sides. I can see site issues and I can see CRO issues, and I'm going to try to get in between and solve some of the inefficiencies. So one of the things I'm noticing is clinical research studies, the number one pain point is that they never finish on time and they always go over budget, right? And I believe, and I've done videos on this in the past, the reason is we're not getting enough patients because we're not targeting the right physicians, because we're always looking, the CROs or the sponsors, are always looking for sites that have experience. And that's fine. I could understand how that's important. But what we need to do a better job of is training new physicians, new researchers, maybe PIs who have never done a study before, educating them on the clinical trial process, educating them on GCP and everything that entails, helping them set up profitable research clinics, and this is one of the things my consulting company does really well, and we're going to continue doing that. So many of you may be watching at research sites and thinking, okay, well, that sounds great. Now, how do I get started? You know, we have a brand new investigator, maybe we're a brand new site. We don't know how to get studies. No one's willing to give us a study. So you're going to have to, all right, take on phase 4 studies. That's phase 4 studies. I would continue applying for any study you can get, whether it's phase 2, 3, 4, but your best bet early on is going to be phase 4, because experience is not as important in phase 4 studies as it will be for a phase 1, 2, or 3 trial. So phase 4 studies are post-marketing trials. Sometimes they're not even going to the FDA. Sometimes they are going to be reporting to the FDA. Sometimes they're just a way for the drug company to generate more sales or get more excitement generated in the industry about a particular product. So phase 4 studies are great because sponsors typically don't care whether the investigator has experience or not. What they care about is that they have access to patients that they can enroll. So phase 4 studies, oftentimes you can enroll a large volume of patients from your site because you're dealing with much bigger patient populations and study endpoints. One of the study endpoints is how many patients we plan to enroll in the trial. These could be 20,000, 50,000. I've seen some as high as 300,000. So they don't necessarily care, they being the sponsors or the CROs in charge, don't necessarily care if you have experience. They care that you have access to the patient. So if you're a researcher or if you're a brand new investigator, I would start looking for phase 4 studies. Of course, you want to look for phase 2, 3, even phase 1 if you can, because the budgets are obviously a lot higher. But phase 4 studies are a perfect way to get your feet wet, a perfect way to train a new study coordinator on the process of research, what a clinical study is, and then work your way backwards. Once you've done a phase 4 study, guess what? Now you have experience. So when you go apply for another study, like a phase 2 or 3, you're more likely to get accepted because you're not a novice investigator anymore. So phase 4 studies are perfect. They're sort of like training wheels for when you're learning how to ride a bike, okay? And then when you take the training wheels off, to keep consistent with this analogy, is when you're going to start doing phase 2 and 3 trials, okay? So phase 4 studies, perfect way to learn research and to get experience. And yes, you're not going to earn as much money, but that's the investment you need to put into this if you're going to be serious about starting a clinical research career or having a clinical research career, okay? So phase 4 studies, the perfect way to gain experience for your investigator or for your research clinic if you're brand new. And even established sites take on phase 4 studies all the time. Sometimes it's to establish a relationship with a new drug company. Sometimes it's to train a new coordinator. When we have new coordinators that we hire, inexperienced coordinators, we put them on phase 4 studies. Same thing with new investigators that we bring on. We put them on phase 4 studies. Then we take the training wheels off, right? And then they start doing the phase 1, 2, and 3 trials. So phase 4 studies, the way to go. Of course, if you need help finding studies or negotiating budgets or creating source docs or SOPs or anything else like that, my consulting company can do it for you. All right, we're going to give you phase 4 studies, we're going to also give you phase 2 and 3 studies, and we're going to hold your hand and guide you along the process. All right, we'll be your training wheels as well. So let me know if you're interested. Hopefully this helps. Try it out. Phase 4 studies, you can go on clinicaltrials.gov and look just for phase 4 studies and email 100 a day. Guaranteed you're going to get 1 a week this way. All right. Dan from theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thank you, Guru Nation. Take care.